Good evening, manatees and manatees parents. So, as you know, we have been working on addition and subtraction through 20, focusing on mental math and different strategies that will help us be able to add and subtract quickly in our head. So this week we're doing the make a 10 strategy, and this is one where we're going to be decomposing numbers and adding the decomposing the add-ins and then putting them together to make 10 so that we have a more friendly fact. So let's take a look at what we've got here. All right, so making a 10 to add. So in this example, we have 7 plus 5, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to decompose the 5, breaking it apart. We know 7 plus 3 makes 10. And it's so much easier to add 10 plus 2 than it would be to try to memorize 7 plus 5. Now let's take a look closer at the tens frame. And surely by now you've seen this come home. Maybe you weren't sure what to do with it. Maybe your manatee forgot how to use it. We are using it in class. It is going to be a station, and the expectation is that they can use this as a strategy independently. So let's take a look at what we have here. We have 8 plus 5. Let's decompose the 5, breaking apart this addend to be a 2 and a 3. 8 plus 2 makes a 10. Super easy to add 10 plus 3 mentally. And so there we know 8 plus 5 is 13. When we use the 10 frame, I've told the children they can use X's and O's. We want to take the larger addend and then count on from there. And so in this case, we would fill up O's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then the X's would be 1, 2, and we have 3, 4, 5 left over. And then we know it's 10 plus 3 is 13. Now I've also given them 2 tens frames that they could fill up, so if they need the visual, but sometimes that way we don't start thinking these are leftovers. Okay, so let's practice. Let's take a look on our own. Let's try it. So here we have 2 addends, 8 and 6. We're looking for the sum of 8 and 6, and it's important we start using that vocabulary. And I'm going to make these counters. I'm going to actually draw them. So if you have counters at home, it's good. Or maybe you have little pieces of colored paper you could rip up and just the 2 different colors, or using the X's and O's. It's just a visual to help show the 2 different addends. Okay, so here we go. So we'll make 8. We're going to pretend these are all going to be the same size. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's our first addend. Well, now we need to make 6. So we have 1, 2, we already got our 10, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now we can mentally add 10 plus 4, and the answer here is 14. Whoops. All right, so here we have 5 plus 9. We want to decompose the 9. We know that 9 is 5 plus 4. So 5 and 5 makes a 10, and then 10 plus 4 is 14. So we could use the tens frames, or if your manatee likes numbers and knows some of their basic facts very well, then they could just break down the 9, or as we say, decompose the 9. Okay, so let's go ahead and draw one more time as if we had our counters. So in this case, I would make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because that's my first addend. Now I have to make 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See, and there's my 5 and 5 that made a 10. and then I have the 4 left over. So whichever way is easier for your manatee, it really does not matter to me, but it is important that they understand how to make a 10. So they could use a model to make a 10, or they could decompose the numbers or add-ins. We try to use the proper vocabulary. So they could decompose the add-ins to find the sum. Now this is just one strategy that you're going to see us use. We also will use open-ended number lines, and we also will use doubles, which that was a couple of days ago. You probably saw using doubles to help solve. Okay? And in this case, doubles, well, it would seem like it was doubles here, but it's really the make a 10 strategy. All right, I hope this helps with homework. Thanks for watching.